The best of the best take the field one more time. Hey, it's the coach. This is the NFL Pro Bowl on EA Sports. Coming up, the next to last game on the NFL calendar just moments away. The AFC and NFC stars, they're ready. I'll check you again at halftime. But for the call of the Pro Bowl, let's hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Coming up, it's the penultimate game of the NFL calendar, AFC versus NFC in the NFL Pro Bowl game. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, it's the Pro Bowl. You never really know what to expect, so I guess I'll ask you, what do you expect?
Well, in recent years, it has turned into an absolute offensive explosion, hasn't it? Games in the 50s are not out of line. What you're hoping is that some of these great defenders have a chance to adjust and react and maybe narrow that down a little bit. But I will say, this game is tilted heavily towards the offense's advantage.
Excitement? Well, we got that in abundance as this Pro Bowl is underway from Orlando, Florida. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here comes the AFC for their opening drive. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge.
And right away, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And he will take this back. A fumble return for an NFC touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. His kick is good, and the NFC goes up 7-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Back out is the AFC offense. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Time for a check of the starting offensive unit here for the AFC.
And since it's a Pro Bowl roster, you can have 11 guys from 11 different teams trying to get on the same page. You know that's no easy feat. So line communication calls, that's big. Audibles, hand signals, you want to make sure everyone is connected so no one gets hurt.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10.
Game situation, let's go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. A look at the starters defensively now for the NFC.
And as expected, there's speed and talent everywhere you look on this Pro Bowl roster. Let's keep an eye on the secondary because they're going to be tested in a big way. It's the Pro Bowl. Not many running plays. The ball will be in the air on almost every snap. Fortunately for them, roster full of cornerbacks who are used to playing on an island.
Looking to throw on second down. Howell looking left sideline, incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Howell. That's complete. It's Bell. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So out comes the NFC for their opening drive. They'll have Matt Ryan calling the shots, the former MVP and 3rd overall pick.
And no doubt about it, it was a banner year for quarterbacks in the NFC. A number of guys could very well have been selected for this. But I thought he stood out. I thought he found a way to separate himself from the pack. And he's been rewarded as the starting quarterback in the Pro Bowl. Definitely the right choice in my book.
Here's a carry for Saquon Barkley and the Giants. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Ready to go.
It's Barkley on the counter. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Let's go.
The starting defense now for the AFC.
Melvin Ingram is beginning to come into his own as an outside linebacker. Strong, solid, with an excellent first step.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. Now Ryan on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Xavier Howard with a good coverage that time as he was there and knocked it away. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. On the draw, this is Barkley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. You were telling me this is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. On 2nd down now, Barkley. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I wonder if they just kind of outguessed themselves a little bit trying to run it on 3rd down. Probably should have gone to the air to try and pick it up. Instead, the punting unit will have to run on the field.
On 4th down, on is the punter, Colby Wadman. And how about this, a fake? And this is caught, and the fake will work. He's going to have a first down. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a first down. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to. Whatever the method there, it worked for him.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief that, hey, we're going to get it done.
Now Ryan. This is caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Barkley will try to punch it in, and he will carry this one in. Touchdown, NFC. A 3-yard touchdown run, and the NFC able to widen their advantage. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, Doug.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The AFC offense making their way back out. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
A first down run for Bell, not going to get much, maybe a couple, and it's 2nd down. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
Here we go.
To throw on 2nd down. Howell. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that'll set them back 5. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Operating from the gun. Howell on the catch. It's Crowder. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The NFC offense heading back onto the field. themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down.
Check. Check. 55 to Mike. Let's go, defenses. Get out the field. Check 31.
He finds his target. It's Evans. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready. Check 99. Check 99.
On 2nd down, Barkley. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go. The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the shotgun, Barkley. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Ready. Strip that ball. No.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down now, Barkley, he'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down, they've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Saquon Barkley, well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape, and that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On 4th down, on is Colby Wadman now to punt. And look at this, another fake. But he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs. The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, Howell. The open man here, Renfro. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Howell. This one caught by Crowder. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game planned for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Ryan. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Well, the screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
12 yards on the return that time, and the AFC will take over 1st and 10. And we put our focus now on Le'Veon Bell. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's complete to Kelsey. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
Check 56. Gotta do better. Come on, QB.
On 1st and 10, Howell. He completes it to Boyd. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Now a draw play. This is Bell. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Looking to throw. Powell. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And this one is right down the middle. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan, he'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Ryan, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here's Ryan. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And the NFC punt team out there now on presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the AFC going to use their final timeout of the half. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And he's going to have a 1st down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. So we have come upon halftime of this Pro Bowl with the NFC on top of the AFC. As we'll send you across town to our studios here in Orlando and check in with the coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. In our game, it was the former MVP, Matt Ryan, with a strong first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. It's player spotlight time, and we focus that spotlight on the quarterback, Matt Ryan. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. Hey, he's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with a quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Throwing to start the drive, but that went incomplete. On second down, Barkley. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. On third down, Ryan. And Adams has it complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Play action. Ryan airing this one out for Evans. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Ryan. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
To throw on third down. Ryan gets this out to Saquon Barkley. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And the NFC punt team out there now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The AFC offense now heading out for their first drive of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun. Howell. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, like hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for the AFC. On the return, Carter. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. The offense for the NFC back out there. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
They should have put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's a give to Barkley. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. On the run, it's Barkley. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. He's got Evans. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They pick up the 1st down there with a gain of 11.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy. It came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Ryan now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And a whistle, and I think we've got some movement up front against the NFC. So that'll back them up 5.
Here we go. Here. 280. Yeah, QB's trash. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll go down at the 28.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On 2nd down now. Barkley trying to run inside, but nothing there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape. So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. And this one a 41-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that one makes this a 10-point game at 16-6. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he will take this back. A fumble return for an NFC touchdown. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
Back out is the AFC offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Bell. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Ryan, he's got Smith here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. To throw is Ryan. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run with Barkley. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Again, it's Barkley. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. This is Barkley. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9.
Let's go, D. Showing it.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Ryan. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And the NFC punt team out there now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The AFC offense making their way back out. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place. But in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the 4th quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them and not have to live with that for the rest of the year.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. Back to throw. Howell. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Howell. On the catch, it's Crowder. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The AFC thus far on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on 3rd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity, game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. From the gun, Howell. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And touchdown! Hunter Renfro, 55 yards. And the AFC able to cut into the lead. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, big plays are what we're all looking for.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It is true, the lead cut to 10, 23-13. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with an AFC touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He is knocking on the door for 100 yards in this ball game.
And it's so important. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. Just short of it, a little bit over. A little bit over feels better to everyone. Offensive line, running back, team totals, just something magical about breaking that barrier.
He's right there on the doorstep now. Barkley. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
It's easy work, and it's coming again.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Barkley. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And that's caught by Smith. And that's going to move the sticks again here as the tackle's made at the AFC's 35. So they did not bring pressure, and turns out probably a bad idea.
Yeah, he had time to stand in the pocket and deliver a strike. So I'm wondering if they're going to note that, and next time just go ahead and bring that pressure.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now it's Ryan. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Chris Jones able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. A handoff to Barkley. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves them with 14 yards still to go on 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's the NFC with the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, but there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
To be frank, a silly penalty there trying to block the field goal, and that leads to a fresh set of downs. It's Barkley on the counter. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Barkley, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their 2nd. As they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21. Now the AFC going to use their final timeout of the half as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by 13, a minute 36 to go. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this.
Throwing on first down. Howell, and he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack. Nick Bosa in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. His throw incomplete.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
They're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. On 4th down, Howell. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs.
Ready, blue 80. 525. Check it back.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee.
Down. Ready. Blue 80. No. Ready to go.
Ryan heads down to a knee, and that should wrap this one up. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the regular season because sometimes teams don't play against each other. And, oh, by the way, no one got hurt. There's the win for everyone. I think the fans enjoyed this one.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.